Well, first I have to preface by just saying that this is my story. If you ask any of my other cousins or anybody else, that they'll probably give you a different version. But she and I grew up together. We were only 11 months apart, and we were inseparable. When I went away to college, we kind of just went our separate ways because she stayed home and she got involved in this relationship. And then, I was gone, but we still kept in touch and got together all the time. And, she was my cousin. She's always had I don't want to say a checkered past or a checkered upbringing, but she's always had her own demons that she had to fight. When she started seeing this guy, we all knew it was trouble. He was, he was not a nice man, and he didn't treat her well, and we could just tell, like, when we have a very close family, and when we would all get together every Sunday, he would wait out in the car. He would never come in, and right there, all these flags are going off. And there was another time that she and I were out to dinner. I was home from school, and it was just us. We were both 21, so we wanted to go to dinner and grab, a few drinks. And he called her cell phone, and she had to leave the restaurant to answer it and go sit in the car because he would be upset that if she was at a restaurant without him knowing that he was there. So there were a lot of signs like that I wish I had, acted on. I just kind of expected that eventually she would just get tired of him and move on, and, we would laugh about it later, and that didn't happen. Again, I was at college. I was away, so I wasn't there for what my aunt was going through or my uncle, and, her with her siblings. I just knew from what my mom would tell me or my aunt would tell me that, this was going on, or such and such happened, and, no one liked him, and everybody knew that, and I think he knew that as well. He kind of would be there when she would fall, and that would be a way that she would have to stay around him because he was her savior. He knew that she was weak and that he played on that and was able to, for lack of a better word, control, her ups and her downs to make it beneficial for him. The way that we talked with one another was more in a joking matter versus a serious matter. I think it would be a lot different if, this were happening when we were 30 instead of 20. My reaction, if she did ever try to reach out to me or tell me something personal, my first response was, well, just get rid of him. It was that simple. I don't understand why you're wasting my time telling me this. Just get rid of him. And so I don't think I was a good asset to her or help to her or an advocate for what she was going through. I kind of just took the snotty side and was just, just get rid of him. It's that easy. I don't know why we're even bothering having this conversation. He's an idiot. Move on. Obviously, it's not that simple. I actually was on spring break, my senior year of college, and it was the last day of our spring break vacation. This was before cell phones. I had to go to the payphone because we flew out of Baltimore to save some money where we were, and I called home, and it was probably about 9:30 in the morning just to make sure somebody was going to pick us up. And as soon as my mom answered the phone, I could just tell something was wrong because she sounded like she was sleeping, and my parents get up at like 5 a.m. And my dad was already on his way down to Baltimore to meet us at the airport. And so he had told her not to tell me because I shouldn't hear it over the phone. And all she said was that Amy died. That was it. I just hung up the phone and went home. I don't think anybody could think that she would be killed. I mean, that was... and again, I can only speak for myself, but there was no way I thought, if she were to die, it would have been at her own hand. So the fact that he took that from her and didn't give her the opportunity to get better on her own, I think that's the worst. When I'm speaking to someone or a group about, or individuals just about my experience, it's very emotional for me because I don't talk about it hardly ever. And so when I do, I have a headache, I'm crying, I walk away, and I'm just emotionally drained for the entire day. But I know it's important because, maybe somebody is through something very similar and it might help. If someone is going through a situation similar, that the end doesn't have to result in a death, there are people out there that can help you, even if it's just someone to talk to once and you never call back. Anything that you can do to help somebody have a different fate than what my cousin had. Women's Center Shelter has a hotline available. It's not just for women in violent situations, it's for their friends, their families, anybody who needs help to get started or to get through what they're already going through. There's wonderful people there, and they're available to help 24 hours a day.